Good morning. The builders have been a little bit slow. Well, one of the builders a little bit slow today. So I've actually managed to clear our closet in our bedroom so that hopefully at some point, either today or tomorrow, they can cut out the closet so that we can move the door frame over so the internal wall insulation can go in that bedroom, the yellow bedroom. So there's a lot to do today. Most of it is just sort of redecorating, getting things looking nice, filling in quite a few holes that are in the ceilings, the walls, all over the place. So I have a really busy day with work. We will see how much of this I can capture on video because I'm just not going to be able to run around the house moving cameras every 20 minutes. But fingers crossed that by the end of the day, the big holes will be done and we'll have sign off from building control, and then they can box in the steel. So this is what the bedroom looks like right now. Closet. As you can see, this side of the wall doesn't actually have any kind of wall, essentially. So the whole idea is that we need this to come out, I think probably 200 mil because the insulation is 100. So we want to just have a nice wide base for that. And then on this side, what we'll essentially do is just cut the wall to here, to make it the same level. And then out here, what we'll do is move the door frame over. For now, I'm just gonna have them cover it off and make it look like a solid wall. But what we'll do is we'll build the proper frame over here, so this won't change. But then when we're ready to do the bathroom, we can go ahead and just cut that off. This will not make for exciting television, but it's all the television we've got. So I'll just shove it over here.
So unfortunately on Monday, our more senior builder, Tony, was out ill. So Frankie boldly agreed to deconstruct our closet in the office/yellow room. And then we had a slight surprise in that building control turned up on Monday. We thought they were coming on Tuesday. It was fine, but it meant that we didn't have the drawings. We didn't have the more senior builder there to explain it. But we winged it. And luckily, I was able to just record what he said to share with everyone to make sure we're on the same page.
Because I've got the drawings from the structural engineer.
Yeah. Okay, so it's got plenty of bearing.
What's that all saying?
Yeah, you're right. So you've got to trim round there.
Yeah.
So when you trim round there,
Yeah.
if you're piggybacking off the side of that joist, you're going to have to bolt them for me.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they'll sit on hangers.
Yeah,
so you've
yeah.
got some hangers
Got
there.
bolts.
Yeah,
But you
they've
want
got
a
the
bolt.
hangers
You
ready.
want,
Yeah.
you want to bolt them as well. So
Okay.
no timber locks, please,
Yeah.
Frank. All right. It's just something with Greenwich. I've just had it with another builder,
Okay.
so we don't like timber locks. All right. Right. Okay.
Are you happy with that?
No, I'm not, because both headstones are eccentrically loaded,
Okay.
so that the steel isn't sitting on the middle of the padstone.
Okay, so they're too far this way then.
Yeah, I get what's happening. Watch yourself.
Yep.
Because of he's got a wall plate here picking up the rafters.
Yep.
So he's sat that, but your steel is bearing right onto the end of that. It's probably okay, but
So is there room for the steel to go? Obviously.
no,
it's
because
cemented in now.
because you've got a
Yeah.
closing plate that's been taken in to pick up the stack there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
10 mil closing plate. Did you take
Yeah.
the closing plate in on the bottom of that
I
stack?
think it was 20 mil. I think
You went about 20 mil in, Frank.
Yeah.
Yes, it doesn't help that it should have been a doctor, not a structural engineer. This handwriting is just atrocious.
That's always the way.
Oh my gosh.
I'm glad I went to a C of E school handwriting lessons every day of the week. Sitting there wrong. Okay, so we've got about 150 bearing in now.
Okay.
Sorry,
As you can see,
Yeah.
there was quite a lot of, what's that number?
hope he can read it.
I mean, theoretically, 215 by 100 by 140 pad stones. I think it was this bit that they were like, is that a 2 or a 7? And there was quite a lot of debate about if that was a 2 or a 7.
For the engineer to justify it. All right. Okay. So it might be that he runs numbers again
All right.
to justify it. I'm sorry, but
No, I
I can
mean,
only witness what I witness.
I want it to be safe because I would prefer that my roof doesn't come down on my head because I paid a fortune for it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I'm just thinking worst case scenario. If they had to, would they just need to crack out the pad and put a wider pad in?
He might have to, or the engineer will give you a solution.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, I would say the fact that it's a pad 2 means that it's not so, because the proprietary pads go up to like a 12 or 14,
Yeah.
so they can take increased load. So it might be that he's factored in. There's not, but I'm not an engineer. I'm not clever enough.
Yeah.
So all I'll say is at this stage, I can't stop you working, but in the terms of cladding that with plasterboard at the minute, I would say you're at your own risk in case anything's got to be remediated
All right. Yeah.
at this stage.
Yeah.
All right. What your name again was?
Tanya.
Tanya. There's no steel the other side, is there, in the back bedroom? It's
No.
only this front stack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You say you've had a new roof.
Yeah.
Done.
Integrated solar.
Right. Okay. Did you use private building control?
Like I've got the certificate of whatever you call it, confident builder.
Fine.
So I've got their
they've used the CPS
Yeah.
to validate the roof.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
So it should be fine. I was looking for it the other day because I got a building control notice about this, and I was like, did I get one about the roof, or did I just get their confident
Some people
builders?
do,
Is that enough?
Some contractors do, some roofers don't remember or just don't do it, and then you're in trouble because you've got to do retrospective building control on the roof.
Yep. Okay.
At this stage then, I will say it's left with you to
Okay.
talk to your engineer. His justification for doing what he's done now is there's a wall plate there. Do you know, did the pads get cut, Frank?
No, they
The pads
came.
ain't cut.
they came with
They're
that
as what they are. So the pad,
So
what are the pads showing as, Tanya? Are they
Um,
showing as like
I
a
have.
short pad?
Yeah, give me 1 second and I can pull that. Yeah, so he's put it as he said 215 by 100 by 140.
215
Yeah,
by 100.
by 140.
Right, okay, so we've got 140 that way.
Yeah.
So you'll have 100 going that way,
Yeah.
and he's saying that it was a 215. Right, okay, so we're in excess of that. We're at nearly 300 anyway.
Okay.
Okay, so that gives you a little bit of comfort.
Yeah.
But what he's going to have to do is just justify that it can be eccentric.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. Okay.
We
It
will.
might be all right because of, like I say, the size of the pad is not asked for a massive bearing in the
Yeah.
pad.
Okay, so Jonathan says it's really not a problem. Loads are quite small.
That's exactly what I said.
Yep. So I will just have him put that in writing, and then we can just email that over to you along with the
It
drawings.
will have to be on letterheaded paper.
Yep.
That he's done
Of course.
that to give us that element of comfort before anything else
Okay.
goes. Yeah. Okay. You know it. You know what we're expecting now.
Yep.
So Frank doesn't look. He looks.
I've recorded this whole thing so I can just send it to Jonathan.
Oh right. Right.
Like I've made notes and sent it to him, but that'll just make it easier for me to make sure that
Right.
I'm not paraphrasing.
Right. Okay. And Frank doesn't look like he's got a dishonest bone in his body.
Oh
Actually.
no, he's not even supposed to be here since Tony's sick,
Yeah.
and I've got him doing a whole other job for me.
Okay.
Look at that. Fast as you like. Excellent. What even is in this? Is it going in at all?
No.
Okay, so what we might need to do then is essentially screw the top to the uprights
Yeah. Okay.
first.
Cool. Yeah. Cool.
It's not the greatest, but it might even be worth just taking the multi-tool and cut enough
Yeah.
across the top of that
Yeah. So it fit.
So-
Oh yeah. Cool.
so it can rest on
Mhm.
that and the new one that you put in. Yeah, that's probably the
Yeah.
best way.
Yeah, makes sense. Cool.
Take a bit more measuring, I'm afraid. Yeah, the little bit of it we don't want to bust up. Okay. That's one. So one
Mhm.
there, and then another one so that this measurement is, let's say, 30
Okay.
mil. And then the rest of this we'll just
Yeah.
leave open so that I can
Yeah.
punch
Cool.
through it like Kool-Aid.
So one
Man.
there. Whole.
Yep.
One.
It'll be a fake lintel,
Cool.
essentially, is what we're building. So yeah, really the hardest part will just be getting the measurements right.
Yep.
So that it fits in snug.
Cool. Yeah.
Cut it there. And then measure, once you've got that,
Yeah.
then you can just measure the next
That
board
was, yeah.
from this
Mhm.
to that line, and then slot it there.
Yep.
Cool.
Cool.
Excellent. Just remember, measure twice, cut once. Okay, let me bring you up to speed at the same time I bring the kids at home up to speed.
Go for it.
Okay. So yesterday,
Building inspector cup.
yes, we had the building inspector. He wasn't happy that the pads are eccentric, meaning that the steel isn't in the middle of the pad. But because
Go on.
yeah, oh,
Okay.
so because the structural engineer had initially said he only needed a pad stone that was 215 mil,
Yeah.
and this is 300,
Yeah.
they've all agreed that it's okay. We now just need to finish boxing it off, send him a picture of the fireboxing,
Yeah.
and then on the floors,
Yeah.
he said it needs to be the hanger joists and bolts,
Yeah, good
not just timber. What's the word I'm looking for?
Oh, timber locks group.
Yes.
Yes.
He said not just timber locks, it also has to be bolted. So
Yep.
shouldn't be a problem.
No.
And again, he said this, we can just send him pictures. He doesn't have to come out and do it again.
Perfect.
And then can I show you what Frankie's done
Go
for
on.
me yesterday while you were
Go
ill?
on. Show me.
We'll go on a tour. So it's a little bit rough and ready in here, but that's okay. We don't mind a little rough. And ready.
Oh.
Yeah. So I've had him knock out the wall.
Yeah.
So I had him knock out the wall that was here, and at least now we know the wall construction.
Yep. Yep.
Which is shit. So what I've asked him to do is, so this bit will always be here. This is like when they put the insulation in, it will
Yep.
go straight to that. So this has to have like a proper finish. This side, I'm going to just have him put one board, no cross beams or anything, because once the insulation is in, what I'll do is open this back up so we can punch out this wall, finish
Go
the
through
wet
to your
room,
bathroom. Yeah.
and then I'll probably just put another door frame here
Yes.
just as an access panel. So we do need, the problem is,
Yep.
we just weren't able to screw into this, and obviously we couldn't screw into the lintel
Yeah.
because the lintel's proper. So we might be able to, with
I can fix it.
yeah, with the impact driver, I think
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
can.
My drawer going there.
Yeah, I just couldn't find the
No. I'll take care
right
of it.
head for my impact driver.
Yeah.
I was wondering if we need to have fireboard behind it on this corner as well.
Not really.
Okay.
Not really at all.
Yeah, I didn't
The
think so,
fireball.
but
Gee, there's a fireball.
it is a strange one
It
around the
is.
metal, but
It is because you've got the point is I get it if you've got a huge beam going through the middle
Yeah.
of the room, but on a fire off, it's only literally. To be fair, that steel's massive for that fire off.
oh
It's
yeah,
huge. for
yeah,
that fire off.
exactly.
It's over. It's way over what it needed to be.
Yeah.
And that's even down to the pad stones. That's why Farron went oversized with the pad
Yep.
stones, just to guarantee. Yeah, no, don't.
Yeah, so I think it
Wait,
should
what?
all be fairly straightforward.
It's easy.
Yeah, what we didn't do was put in the soundproofing because we realized that we couldn't tape it because the floors aren't complete. When we put the membrane up, it makes more sense to put the hush tape to this and then have the plywood inside that envelope.
Yeah.
Just like we'll put the second layer of plasterboard
Yes, I
in that
agree.
envelope.
Yeah.
So with this is at this line, once it's actually cleaned up and dusted, that should be fine.
Okay, I'm going to go and get the stuff now.
Okay, grand.
I'm going now.
Okay,
I just sent Farron a list. I'm just going to go and grab it.
fabulous. I love that for us. So the hanger joists are in now. It's all bolted, and they're just gonna cut and put the floorboards on here in a minute. And we've also started fireboxing the steel, so it'll get two layers of the fireboard because each is 30-minute rated, and it has to be a 1-hour firebox around it. Angie just called to ask why I wasn't answering the front door. Like, is the front door knocking? I can't hear it. Can't imagine why. I mean, at least I can't see into our bedroom anymore. So that's quite good. And now Tony's just pulling up the floorboards down here so he can level this floor. And once that's done, and these bits of plasterboard up there are done, then we can soundproof this wall and get ready for the second layer of plasterboard. We're getting there. It's also 12 degrees in here. It's very, very cold.
So here we have the 2 layers of fireboard going up nice and secure, and it also had the added advantage of filling in the space behind the steel bar where there was quite a gap, so it'll be nice and flush for when we put the soundproofing in.
It's a bit of a blustery day, but we've got loads of blue tits in the garden this morning, singing me very beautiful little songs. But also I looked out the window and saw quite a riot of color over here. I think some of the tulips might be ready to bloom. Let's have a little wee look, shall we? Oh, not quite. It's just some more of the pansies. But the little baby daffodil is opening up. No, the tulips aren't quite ready. But we planted these because my daughter Gabby loves tulips. So, gotta make sure that if she decides to jump on a plane, we've got tulips ready for her. Not a bad start to the day. At least it's not raining yet today. Oh, so much to do.
Frankie has really enjoyed how much time he's had to spend with our little chisel set and just being really careful not to bust around the terminals for the heating. So it definitely added a wee bit of complication to it, but he managed to pull it off. And the heating is definitely still working because even as I'm sat here doing the voiceover, it's cooking my little face, which is very nice after being so cold in Andy's office all day long.
Got half of this one blocked up, and they started downstairs. They're just shimming up here before they put another board. And I'm about to go into a meeting, and this is what I've got to contend with. And there we go. Hole is almost all the way complete. So they will come up and not plaster, but you know what I mean, joint compound around that in just a wee bit. So in here, the ceiling is a bit bowed because obviously lots of jackhammering and hammering to get all the concrete out. So they're going to cut the bit out that is bowing and put the new hangers up there, I believe, to make that a nice, robust ceiling. So that's exciting. And we're being serenaded by the builders. So much singing.
Honestly, I've just left this bit in because Frankie is so nice. And because I've been here for almost 2 weeks now, he's actually started just moving the camera from room to room when he does jobs. And was mentioning to Tony, the other builder, that his wife hopes he'll his wife hopes he'll still love her once he's YouTube famous. And then he set up this nice artsy fartsy view of the clouds passing by the window. He's precious.
All right, so that's all sealed up. And in the green room, we actually have a floor now. So the floor is all solid and ready for the subfloor. They're gonna send a plasterer in tomorrow, and they'll plaster the box around the top, this bit, because as you may remember, there was a closet that went this whole way. So I think it's really hard to convey just how much room this has given us back. You know, obviously the bit from the fireplace came out so far with all the tile and everything because there was a whole closet there. The room just feels giant now. You know, especially once we get put the bed in, get everything finished up. And so even losing, whatever we'll lose, 4 inches for the IWI, we're really looking forward to moving in here and having this be our bedroom.
So Tony managed to reinforce the ceiling so that the plasterboard's no longer bowing. Then they filled in all the little thin gaps from where the chimney breast had been, obviously, but also there were just some sort of weird gappy areas that had to be filled in. So you can see the bolts that went into the hanger joist. So it's really nice and secure, both upstairs and downstairs. And once the finish is on it, I don't think you'll ever know that there'd even been chimney breasts there, which is pretty exciting.
All right, so the self-leveling compound is in there. We will seal up around the edges of this tomorrow, once that's dried a bit. All of this up here is looking a lot better, no big gaps. So once we've got that sealed off, it'll be very easy to tackle the pile of soundproofing. I will now be silent so you can hear how much sound is still coming through even with another plasterboard. Yeah, looking forward to that being gone. All right, so after a bit of a chat with the builders, we've decided instead of plastering, which we would have to wait till at least Friday to get a plasterer in, what we're gonna do is just joint compound this area covering the brick up on the firebox around the steel, and then some bits downstairs. The joint compound just dries a lot faster than plaster. It doesn't require as many emulsion coats. And that way, hopefully, if we can get that done tomorrow, on Monday they can come back and help us with the soundproofing, throw another set of plaster boards up, and then we can build stuff over that, get the IWI in. So it feels like the easiest way forward, because you know, this whole house is cement. I just don't really want to mess around with plaster any more than we can absolutely, like, have to. And yeah, filling in these boxes just doesn't feel like a have to scenario. So hopefully that way, when we go away for the weekend, we can just enjoy our break and not worry about having to come back to a house full of cracked plaster. Fingers crossed.